Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, what I'm doing. Before I tell you what I'm doing, what happened to me, and what been going on the past few days with my life, hit the like, hit the subscribe, smash the subscribe button, hit the like, share this video. I want to say thank you to the people that need to be thanked, and whatever happened, happened. So let's start with a story, short story. So you know what happened to me. By the way, my foot is a lot better. Let me see. I'll show it to the camera. So I went back to work. As soon as I walk in, I noticed my desk got changed. And yeah, you know what I mean. They let me go. So I'm at home working on people's car now, looking for a new job. In the meantime, I got plenty of time to play with cars. So, and that's what I'm doing. It is a blessing. It is not a blessing because I was depressed and depressed because I lost my job. Yes, you know that happens. That's human nature when it happens, right? But at the same times, I was like thinking what's going on and trying to get my head wrapped around what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna supply money for my family, and yada yada yada. You know, it's not it's different when you have a job, steady job, that brings the money in. You don't have to worry about it when you have to hustle every day for your money. So learn that. So yesterday, I'll be talking to Deniso Tuning. And here you go. And I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm very bad with names. But this boy right here, man, we hook up by Dan. Dan is another YouTuber. He goes down by Timeless Imports. He's right here in my area, Lehigh. He's a good friend of mine for years. And I was having problems with the S2000 at one point. Then he he said, hey man, contact my boy. And we became a good friend over the phone. And we were talking, and you know, every time that I had a problem, I would call him, and vice versa. He would call me. He's, you know, Florida is like an hour away from me, you know. And we were talking and this and that. And yesterday he's like, hey man, I'm in Naples. Send me your address. I said, all right, no problem. And you know, I was kind of depressed. I was not filming. I was working on the Civic over there, trying to run the harness and the brake shed. Kind of depressed. I was like even into it. I just, you know, goofing around in the car because I wanted to do something, you know, not waste my time. And I'm in a good mood today because of him. This man showed up to my house, and I thought he was gonna come up and talk and bullshit and chill, you know, like everybody else does here when they come to my house to talk about cars. Nobody comes to my house and work. They just come to bullshit. And no offense to anybody else who comes to my house and bullshit, but 90% of the people the car guys that like to talk. But this guy show up, and we were just talking, you know, showing all the rides and this and that. He showed me his EG. I was showing him mine and the CRX, and he's like, bro, I saw this thing doesn't run. I said, it does run. Got a few hink in there, you know. I never got tuned. And when I said that word, he goes, what? You never got it tuned? I said, no, it's got a base map for 5 years. Guess what? He comes over. He put his freaking magic on my CRX, and this is a different car right now. Totally different vehicle. He responds so much aggressive now. Now I want the brakes to be better for stopping because this thing goes. On top of that, we had problems with the fuel pump. It will cut out, and he got a little bit better. Believe me. So we went. Every time that I would come to the garage, I would smell a odor like vapor. Well, I had a hose broken. You want to put the tank down and you find that out. So I fixed the hose. We fixed the fuel pump problem. There was just wires loose. And then the car's still overheating. He's like, hey man, that thermostat is the only thing that you didn't change. It might be fucking you over. And you're not throwing enough bolts to your system. Well, this is from another car that I'm building. And this guy took his thermostat out. And guess what I'm doing? I'm doing that to mine. And then the alternator was not throwing enough volts. So I got a brand new one right there. I'm going to slap it on. What else? Oh, yeah. And he's like, yo, we need a white van. I said, hold up. I have one of those here. And he can tell you it's true. I walk around and have a brand new one sitting here. Boom. I'm putting that on the CRX. He's supposed to show up today, later on today. And I'm stoked because people like that come to your life and motivate you to make you better, not to hold you back. And those are the people you need. All my life, I had good friends. And good friends that like to talk and bullshit in the corner. And I love them for that. You know, they're like your almost like your male wife. Oh, in the back. I don't have one right now, but I divorced my. But if you have one of those friends that are always in your back, they have your back, but they're always talking shit and they know everything about you and shit. Yeah, that's like a male wife for you. But I don't have one of those. Thank God. But since a few years back, when the coronavirus started, you know, I'll be more like a lone wolf. And having a person that comes to your house and doesn't want nothing back, it's just to help you, that's a good friend. That's a good person right there. And for that, I got a surprise for him. What he doesn't know is that he told me yesterday, he goes, "Hey, Freddie, you know anybody selling a B18 transmission? Because my car doesn't have reverse." I said, "Well, guess what? I have one right there." Well, he doesn't know I'm going to give that to him for helping me tune in my vehicle, helping me work on the fuel pump, and helping me with this. So today what I'm doing, I'm going to move stuff around. I'm going to go under the car here. I'm going to lift it up, and I'm going to take the thermostat out on my house, and I'm going to put a new alternator, and I'm going to fix that kink on the hose that I have. So when he comes back, we can put that on and we can run the car and tune it better. Bro, I think it's a beautiful relationship. Because after that, I got to work on this. I got all the parts for this. The only thing I don't have is a chain that's coming later on, but I do have all the parts for it. Like transmission-wise, clutch-wise, axles. I got everything to put this car to run. Then I got to work on that. That right there, I got everything on. I just got to do the body work. And that right there, I do have a transmission coming in today or tomorrow with this. And this is going to go on sale. As soon as I get that motor in that car, get the transmission and everything put in the vehicle, my car is going for sale. As is, I'm going to post it first as is. So with that said, let me stop talking shit and work on the CRX. I guess this is my first video in a while working on the CRX, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Doing here is basically taking my hose off. I got a clean bucket on the bottom, and I'm about to let go of all that fluid down. Let me move shit around back here. So what I'm doing basically is letting go some of that so I can get it back there and remove that thermostat out of it. As you can see, this is the new alternator going in. It's not an OEM, but it works. It was working before, so I'm gonna do that. That's the other one. The other one, be honest with you guys, sorry, I'm checking messages. The other one that I was using on my car came out of the original swap back 5 years ago. It is throwing 13%, it's supposed to throw in 14%. So I'm gonna put this one, it's newer, and that should give me the power that I need for the tuning. Since I'm gonna be underneath the car, after I'm done with this, I'm gonna change my O2 sensors back there somewhere. Take it off, put the wideband on, and we don't have to do that when he comes over. It's gonna be running already to the car, then we have to run the wires. And later on, I'm gonna paint these Next project on the CRX, taking my 6-speed transmission, clean it up, paint it, real nice, and then take this one out, put the 6-speed transmission on, so my speedometer can work. And then we take the 6-speed transmission, we take it out, and we can put it on the 5-speed. We can put it on this, or we can put it on the Integra. I have to go pick up the other one. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna pick it up, but I gotta go pick it up. With that said, I'm just waiting for this to drain out. If we get to it, I do have OEM cables in. I don't have aftermarket one, so but I am using this transmission right there. I gotta pull it out, clean it up, take it out. But the plan today is to have my thermostat, kick it out of there, get it out, so I can use hopefully my cooling problem, my temperature problem goes down. Besides that, everything else is well done. Just waiting on my boy to show up today. He said he's gonna be here in the afternoon. It's only at about maybe 10 o'clock. Yeah, on the dock, 10 o'clock on the dock. So I'm reusing the coolant because it's brand new coolant. So I'm excited, you know, when two minds get together, something big happens, right? So that's the next step on the CRX, getting the coolant down. The transmission down, and replacing it with that one. And I'll be so much cool about it. Then that transmission, I can use it because that transmission is perfect. I can use it on that motor right there on the Civic behind us. And with that said, just wait on it, right? All right, guys. So if you ever want to know how you can take off the thermostat out of here, grab this pliers. There's a little holes right here on it. Let me see if I can grab them. Put it right here. Should be a little bit pain in the ass, but you put one in the hole. Grab the other one. Put it on the hole. And then press in hard as you can without breaking your shit. Did I broke them? No. So this is a pin, safety pin. Now this comes out. Boom. That is all your shit. Let me clean this up real quick. So I know that this is rusted here a little bit. I want to scratch it up. And that sensor's way in there. I can't even get it more. Way in there. It's not reading the right temperature, but this one is. So what I'm gonna do right now, this right here looks kind of like too pinch for it. So I want to see the other one, how the other one looks. If it looks better than this, I'm gonna replace it with the other one. But no more thermostat in my car, so hopefully that was the trouble. You know. Not opening fast enough or something, I don't know. So hopefully when I put this on, fluid go through it, everything goes good, and I don't have no more leaks and problems with it. So I'll be right back. Let me take a look at the other one. But that's how you take these out. Using one of these. You can have, I found mine from the tool truck, where you can go to like Harbor Freight and you can get a cheap set of those. All right, guys. How you can see, this one is a lot better. You see the little lump? Alright guys, so this is the deal. I was working on the upper hose And this was a bitch to get out. I had to literally take it out from there to get this one out. So these get old in here. So you got a rubber band, and this one is the one on top. And this is where the hose was pinched right there. So I'm trying to make a smaller hose. So basically, I'm gonna have to grab here, cut it, put the new one in, and then go back in there and save. I want to save this one, the bottom one, this one, to put it in the other end, and make the new hose for it, and then this goes on the garbage. And I'm trying to save that for an emergency. You never know, you need one when you go to a track or something. There he goes. But then I got a new 90, so I was gonna redesign my setup. Before it was a 45, it would be right here. So with the 90, I think if I put the 90 right here like this, it's gonna come down. I'm gonna make it nice enough because the 45 will come out to here. So it's gonna be a short hose. Hopefully that makes me better and clears everything out here. I don't have nothing else here. I have another 90 45, but it's all scratched up. I don't want that. But I have another 90, but it's a red. I don't like that. I don't have nothing else, so I have to play what I have. The alternator is fine. Put it on. When I went to install it, I noticed this. This came out of the socket in there. Can be soldered in. I have to remove my injectors just to get in here. Since I got it off already, I want to grab these injectors a little bit bigger from that setup. I want to put it on my setup and run those injectors in my setup. So when he comes in, he can put more fuel, whatever. He can navigate for tuning and see later on, take it to the dyno, see how much horsepower I really am putting into the ground on this car right here. I gotta give her a bath. She's dirty. So far this morning, fixed the hose in the tank that was pinched, fixed it. I did the alternator. I did the thermostat out. We put everything back on it. I gotta rewire this. I still gotta finish the hose. After that, I'm going underneath the car to get the wideband put on and run it inside. Put the gauge inside, so when he comes in, the only thing he has to do is basically run the wires and everything else. He wants to run the 6th gear in the transmission on the CRX, and I'm listen. I would love. I'm doing it. I am doing it, but right now I don't have the funds to buy spray paint cans or buy fluids or shit like that. You know, me losing my job, basically I have to work what I have here in the garage, and I got plenty of stuff here, but I don't have that much fluid for oil, you know. So with that said, I got to play around and, you know, change the alternator. Already did that. A little fun day catching up with CRX, you know, with a big injector, big and shit. We can run a little bit faster. And that's it. That's what I'm doing today. So let me get back to that. Cut it, do it. And basically when you do this, I don't like to use, let me see if I can use a knife. It's very hard to cut through this shit. I'm gonna prove it to you guys. This knife right here. This knife right here cuts to regular hoses like nothing. You go to the junkyard and you cut it, it cuts right through. But when it comes to this, watch. Just in this corner, nothing. It's gonna be hours. Okay? Nada. And you think it's going through it, but how even get to the right hose in the bottom? So this is not gonna work. I have to get my little saw and go through it. I'm gonna cut a piece about this big, and I'm gonna go through it. See, this one's that big, so I'm gonna cut one about J here, and I'm gonna play with it. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys. So it's been a while. Have one of the hoses already on. Out of the way. So I do have one of the hoses on, and this is what I'm going to do my next cut right here, and that's going to be perfect away from everything. So I'm going to cut this, put this on, and I'll be done with this hose, and then I can move up to my O2 sensor. So yeah, boy. Alright, guys, I'm back, done with this. Again, who's here? Look,
the news okay, EK? What's up?
We're already took care. By the time I finished this and check on that car outside, he was done with some stuff in the bottom. I mean the wire band, stuff like that. And I'm about to put this thing back on finally, and put the injector back on, do some fluid on the intake and all that stuff, and he's gonna be done over there with that, and then we can start fucking tuning it. About fucking time. You gotta watch his channel. It's got pretty amazing shit going down over there. Soon it's gonna be 6 feet under the head. Soon.
That's only 150. What? A lot.
We got plenty of more here. I crashed that shit. I give you the Integra.
TPS is reading max.
Huh?
The TPS is reading maximum right now. Yeah. But yeah, the car was running kind of lean, so when we put fuel to it, it'll be a lot faster.
I got a K-tune actually at home.
The throttle body?
Yeah.
Let's get it back to the house.
Oh, the overheating.
No, it's not.
Good. At least I'm safe.
150. It's 158. That's your street dog there, right? Huh? Just close it. That's your street up here, right? speed on it right away, huh?
Hell yeah!
I couldn't even upload the tune yet.
Oh yeah! I'm like, pow, 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 power, baby!
Oh my god. The throttle body is like stuck open or some shit. What did you do to that thing?
Keep my foot down.
You were shifting the shit out of it.
If you don't break it, how you gonna fix it?
Yeah.
No, it's gonna get faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, you gotta turn it back on. But yeah, that other O2 sensor that you had, it wasn't working for sure. Now that I have this one, I can see it. Yeah. You feel a difference on the car already? Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you took off there, you can
Yeah, you felt it was pulled pretty clean right there. Alright, throttle body swap.
Let's go.
Time us.